Okay, so it helps when I don't press the mute button. Hey guys. I know I'm a little early, but I've been having some technical difficulties, obviously. How is everybody? Is everybody good? I have been so stressed out about that hurricane. I'm having a little bit of anxiety. I don't even live in Florida. I live in Vegas. Like, what, but like, it's stressing me out. I hope everybody is safe tonight. Oh, Pam, I don't know why my bot said that. I'm so sorry, Pam. Pam, I don't know why it did that. I'm so sorry. I don't know, Pam. I don't know why it did that. I'll have to fix that. I don't know why it did that. So let me since it's like 6 o'clock now, let me get started. And we'll get right into it, guys. I'm not going to be on super long tonight, but I found something last night and it's new to me. And of course, I have to go over it because, I'm a nut job. But let's get started. Okay, I just wanted to test the bot because it was being kind of a jerk to Pam, and I'm so sorry, Pam. But okay, so as we know, is very well documented that I kind of go a little bit crazy over detail. And admittedly, it's psychotic. I understand that, but that's kind of why I am who I am, is because I go crazy over these little details, right? And I know it's very pedantic. I know it is. It's probably annoying and bothers people or whatever, but this is just who I am, okay? So I found something last night. As you guys know, I watch all the channels that cover Sebastian, whether I agree with their opinion or not. I still watch them. I'm still respectful in chat. I'm nice to everybody. I don't get involved in the drama. And so I was watching Brittany J last night, and I noticed something, and it was just interesting. And I wanted to go over it. Okay. And listen, this is new to me, but it might not be new to you. So, and it's not going to be all that exciting, but it's just data points that I find interesting. Okay. So I was watching the live last night, and Seth was in there, and Seth said, there's a tip line for my PI team. And he gave the number, and he says, we do allow for anonymous tips. And this was a number I have not seen before. And listen, I'm sure he has given this number out many times. I just might have missed it. Okay. And so I was like, oh, okay. Does he have a different PI team, outside of the one, with the at night intelligence, right? Yeah, he said several, and I just hadn't seen this one. This is like a new number to me. So I was like, okay, I gotta look at this, right? So it connects to a website. Okay. And the website, the phone number is a Google voiceover. It's a VoIP number, but it's attached to this website. It's Sebastian.team. Okay. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me look at this website. So I started going through the website. Let me go here. And so I went to the domain and I saw it was registered in May. So it's been around a minute. Okay. I just have never seen it. In all the chats I've been in and I have never seen it. Okay. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So it was created on May 22nd. So shortly after Tony came on board. And it might have been Tony's idea to do this. And then it was updated shortly after. Hi, it's Clue season. Thank you. It was updated. The domain was updated, not necessarily the page, but the domain was updated shortly after At Night Media came on board. So I was like, okay, that's interesting, right? So let's go through this website, right? So I go through the website and it's got the $100,000 reward up there at the top. So I know that this was modified after At Night Media came on board. So now I'm like, okay, I want to go see what it looked like before, right? So this is after. It has the $100,000 reward. It's got, the picture of Sebastian and all of the relevant details. It's nothing's wrong with it at all. And it's got like an anonymous tip, get started button where you kind of like fill out a form. And then it has this information on it about Sebastian. And this is all current, okay? And it says community. Things we have uncovered are in the links below. At this point, we believe Sebastian will be found alive. That's great. That's good news, right? We all want that. And then it says the video with the neighbor. And when you click that link, it takes you to the JLR Bobby interview. You guys all know that one. And then it says CP lawsuit. You click that and I'll take you there. But it takes you to a lawsuit that is Christopher Proudfoot against some company in Pennsylvania. It's not the right Chris Proudfoot though. And then Albany, Oregon Police Report 2024. And when you click that, it takes you to a Google Drive that I don't have access to. So it's not a public link. So it's just a bad link. And then it says what, when, who, and why. Was Sebastian rehomed? So many foot searches in the area have provided no results. Was he carried out of his home? Was he lured out? Either way, we need to keep looking for Sebastian. Agreed. If you haven't heard of rehoming an autistic child, check out this article. And you click it, and it's not an article. It's a YouTube video about this adopted couple, or this couple that adopted a child with autism and gave him back. And then a Twitter link to Dog the Bounty Hunter's post. Okay. And then help us. If you have any information concerning the whereabouts of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. It's all the official stuff. You may also contact your local FBI office, the nearest American embassy or consulate, or you can submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. Okay. And then at the bottom, it has, the TBI number is right there, big bold letters. This is all really great. And then it says, if you want to get the truth, stop with the sensationalism. And sensationalism is in uppercase, which is okay. If you want to get to the truth, stop with the sensationalism. Let's get some truth out there. Trail finders, mount up. Do you guys know what trail finders are? Trail finders, mount up. And then it says Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers in all like bold letters. It's really nice. And then it has like a Google address for Boulder, Colorado. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Dogs Tip Line, or Nick via text. And then there's a button for anonymous tips. Yeah, I don't know what a trailblazer is. It's a travel company in England. That's all I could. I just wondered if it was some sort of like slang that I didn't know about. Trail finders, mount up. Hey, Megan. Hi, beautiful. Okay, so now this is what the website looks like right now. So, then of course I get my nosy self interested in what did it look like prior to At Night Media. And this is what it looked like on July 12th. So about a month and a half before they came on board. Okay. And you can go to archive.org and you can go get snapshots of websites and what they look like in the past. So that's what I did. And the website's virtually the same, but there's pretty big differences. And this is why I wanted to have this live. So they removed Help Bring Sebastian Home, which is right here. And then they added the 100K reward, which we already went over. And in these tabs, they have different pictures than what are there now. It's okay. So now I'm going to do a side by side, okay? So this is what it looked like in the past on the left. And this is what it looks like now on the right. So in the past, it says, we believe in providing the public an effective way to help with solving this missing person's case. We understand no one wants to get involved when we could be looking at a crime scene or a crime. We believe Sebastian will be found alive. And then there's a link to the JLR video with the neighbor. Well, now it says things we have uncovered are in the links below. And it's the video, the JLR video, the CP lawsuit, which is not Chris Proudfoot. It's a totally different fucking guy. And an Oregon police report that nobody has access to. Yeah, he looks older in this picture, doesn't he? I think this picture is a good one, the one in the brown shirt. I think that was probably a good switch up. But why are they including this lawsuit, which is, first of all, it's a civil suit, like it's a financial suit, and it's not even Chris Proudfoot. Like, why is that even there? How is that going to help find Sebastian? And this Oregon police report that nobody can even look at. Sorry, my dogs are upset. I'm going to put this slideshow out there available to anybody who wants to click on the links and go look at it. You're certainly more than welcome. All right. The middle one, it said, it said, this is what it said. We have been helping people with websites to help track down witnesses that do not want to speak to police for whatever reason. No tip is too big or small. You will not be contacted if for some reason you want to remain anonymous. Please indicate that in your communication. Now what it says is, was Sebastian rehomed? So many foot searches. We already went over this. Was he lured out? Either way, we need to keep looking. I agree. We do need to keep looking. If you haven't heard of rehoming, please click this article. And this is the article. Oops. It's this weird video, you guys, about this couple that adopted a child and gave him back because he was autistic. And I was in Granny's live earlier today, and she was asking, somebody had mentioned that Mrs. Taco keeps bringing that up. Miss Taco keeps bringing up this couple that excuse me, you guys, that rehomed, or this group, she said a group that rehomes autistic children, and it perked my ears up because I had just done this last night. I created this little stupid thing last night. It's weird, right? So Mrs. Taco's talking about it, the rehoming thing. It's on their website. There's a Trail Finder Inc. based out of Colorado. That's good to know, Kelly. I'll look into that. I think Seth does know about this because he's giving out the phone number attached to this website. Let me go show you guys real quick how I found it, because I've never heard of this website. He was in chat and he said, tip line for my PI team, and then he gives the number. We allow for anonymous tips. So I got curious and I was like, oh, that's a number I'm not aware of. Let me look into it. And that's how I found this website, because it's on the weird, right? No, I've not called it. See, I never. Okay, here's the thing. I'm a digger, but I'm not a doer. Does that make sense? I'm not a doer in any capacity. I don't do anything. I just dig it up. Oh, really, Hershey? So, okay. Let's go back. Yeah. It's freaking bizarre, you guys. Like, it's so weird. Okay, so the old website said, we will get your tips to the right person without your name being released. We will follow up on every tip that is received. The family and community need closure. Thank you in advance for sharing this website. You're welcome. If you prefer not to enter your information, just use a fake email address. Now it says, if you have any information concerning the whereabouts of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the TBI. You know, it gives all that. So there's nothing wrong with that. And then at the bottom, they removed the anonymous tip headline here that you see. And they added the really big lettering that has the TBI phone number, and I think that's appropriate. They added, if you want to get to the truth, stop with the sensationalism. We went over that already. Let's get some truth out there. Trail finders, mount up. And then they added Nick and Dog's phone number and removed the Google Voice number. That's it. I just thought it was so weird. Do you guys want to watch that video? It's pretty short, of that couple. Because it's fucking weird, you guys. I think we should. Let me get the link. Copy. I mean, they have it on their website, right? Like, they want us to look at this, I'm guessing. Is that music really loud? It's hard for me to tell. I just don't want to get in trouble. That's why I had to. Okay. Let me do one thing really quick here, you guys. I got too many tabs open and I'm going to get lost. Let's do that. I'm going to put little dots on it. Okay. It's only 2 minutes long.
YouTuber Micah Stauffer is facing backlash after revealing her adopted autistic son is now living with a new family.
The last couple months have been like the hardest thing I could have ever imagined.
The influencer is joined by husband James Stauffer as she tells her over 700,000 YouTube subscribers that their adopted son Huxley is no longer living with them. The couple struggles to hold back tears as they candidly detail their decision to rehome the toddler.
You know, with international adoption, sometimes there's unknowns and things that are not transparent on files and things like that. And once Huxley came home, there was a lot more special needs that we weren't aware of and that we were not told.
The pair adopted Huxley from China back in 2017, and in a blog written by Micah for The Bump, she explains that he was profoundly developmentally delayed. In addition to a brain cyst and brain tumor, Huxley was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder level 3 after returning to the States. But the decision to rehome is getting backlash, with some criticizing the couple for featuring Huxley prominently in their videos and social media in the years prior to moving him in with another family. Micah insists they tried to make it work.
There's not an ounce of our body that doesn't love Huxley with all of our being. There wasn't a minute that I didn't try our hardest. Do I feel like a failure as a mom? Like 500%. So when I get like insidious, hurtful comments, it just like really makes it hurt worse.
And she insists Huxley is okay.
He is thriving. He is very happy. He's doing really well. And his new mommy has medical professional training, and it is a very good fit.
So that's the video, you guys, that they have linked. They have it like that's I got it from them, from their website. And like, isn't that weird? Like, am I reading too much into that? Every time I check, there aren't any. Oh, really? That's weird. Trail Finders is a dog connection. Okay. So I don't know. Okay, so we know Mrs. Taco has said that there are groups that rehome autistic children. And she said that a couple times in comments and whatnot. I'll have to go back through all the screenshots I get sent and stuff and look for that. But I know that we've seen those before, right, you guys? We have. I know Granny's watching talked about it earlier this morning too. I don't think that they're involved in any of this rehoming business or whatnot, but it's the narrative that I'm interested in. Right? It's the narrative being pushed. And I'm using the word narrative because I don't know of another word. It could be that they really believe. Right? It could be that they really believe this is happening. Hi, Coco. But they're all, you know, the entire camp is saying this rehoming business. They modified this website that is pretty informational about, you know, Sebastian went missing. Please let us know if he's around. And they added this rehoming business along with a lawsuit that has nothing to do with Chris Proudfoot. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't think. I want to be clear. I don't think there was any rehoming done. I don't. But I find it interesting that this is what they're saying. I find that interesting. And I wanted to talk about it. Because I haven't seen anybody talk about this. Right? Like this website that... Let me go to the website. Let me pull it up for you guys. Let's go through it. Share screen. Sebastian. It's a nice little website though. There's nothing wrong with it in any capacity. I want to be clear. I'm not upset or anything about the website. I just find the changes interesting. The changes in the website is what I find interesting. So they added the $100,000 reward. They added the video with the neighbor. And I click it and it opens up in a new window. Okay. They added the CP lawsuit. Let me copy the link and I'll show you guys where it goes. Proudfoot versus Arnold Logistics LLC. Civil action in 2014. Christopher Proudfoot plaintiff versus Arnold Logistics defendant. Presently before the court on above Christopher Proudfoot, a former employee who alleges that Arnold Logistics discriminated and retaliated against him in violation of the American with Disabilities Act. What the hell does this have to do with Christopher Proudfoot, who is Sebastian's stepfather? You guys, this is the team. This is the team. This is so frustrating. It is frustrating for me because I know, or I don't know. I feel like both Seth and Katie want their son home. And we got the fucking clown car driving everybody around. Am I crazy? Okay, so back to the site. Oh yeah, it's a pretty common name. Christopher is very common, and Proudfoot is a pretty common Scottish name. And then we have this Albany, Oregon police report. Okay, I'll take you there. Don't have access to it. So they took down information and put up this stuff. And this is the elite agency that's helping find Sebastian. And they're trying to shut people down who are like literally concerned about it. September 16th. Shannon. I don't know, you guys. It's just really frustrating because here's the thing. I know that the parents are I know for sure the parents are desperate to get their son home, right? I mean, imagine. I know Seth wants his son home. I know Katie wants her son home. They both do. And this is what is threatening legal action against everybody who actually has accurate information and doesn't like shit all over the parents. I hate to be that person, but could you all give me a thumbs up if you're here? I would appreciate it. I don't know, you guys. I know we all care about Sebastian and want him home. You know, we don't know him. We're not connected to him. We don't love him, but we care about his safe return, right? We really do. I believe that we all want him to come home. I have never heard of autism-specific organizations, but I do know domestic violence shelters, children counseling does teach escape plans. Yeah. Me neither, Liz. I feel like it's a distraction. But at the same time, I'm hesitant to even speak about it because, okay, I'm gonna be so for real with you guys. We haven't got an update from Sumner County sheriffs since the beginning of April, right? It's been 6 months since we've gotten law enforcement updates about Sebastian. Now, if you look at like Summer Wells, that could be a bad thing. But I'm choosing to look at it as a good thing, and I'm going to tell you why. Cricket, are you giving me the stink eye? Hi, Unique. I'm gonna try to be positive about this. And I feel like the reason Sumner County Sheriff's Office and or TBI, I'm putting out a new narrative. Oh, I don't mean to. My narrative has always been that, well, I think it's always been that Sebastian left the home of his own free will, whether he was lured out or met a friend or, something like that. Oh, this has been around. Okay. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office, we haven't heard from them in like 6 months, right? And I'm hoping it's because they have a lead or 2 or 3. Like with the Switch, with the Nintendo Switch. And they can't talk about anything because that's going to put Sebastian in danger, right? Because if they say, oh, we found chat logs or something with somebody in Temecula, California, I don't know. I just drove to Oceanside, so I've got that in my head. Then, the person that has Sebastian's going to be like, oh, okay, well, this got to get rid of this kid. So they're not going to do that, right? I don't know. I just feel I'm just going to try to stay hopeful. I'm going to try to stay hopeful. So yeah, they have this link on their website. You can't go into it. You can't look at it. Oh, did she? I'll ask her. I'll ask her if she did. Hershey, thank you. I'm trying to be like super cool with all the creators. I'm not like trying to pick sides or anything like that. So I watch everybody, and I'm really nice to everybody. Oh, tacos, yeah. I don't really know a lot about the tacos. I'm gonna be real. They were like a sideshow that I kind of like did not pay attention to, and I should have. But I don't really have anything to say about them just yet. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think they're just a distraction. Yeah, Liz, right. I think that they're just a distraction. But what's weird about the tacos is Nick the Hat posted that people were threatening his team. And they were they got accused of flashing like fake TBI badges. You guys know all about this, right? There was a big tweet. And he was like, oh, okay, you guys are accusing my team, of breaking into people's houses with fake TBI badges, whatever. And then another YouTube creator said the same thing, right? CJ said the same thing. Like a few minutes, well, I don't know if it was a few minutes, but it was like right after. The exact same thing, right? That night, Uncle Taco came into CJ's live and said the FBI showed up and they had, what was the word that his wife used? Postal inspection investigations or something like that. United Postal Investigations. Like, it was weird. And I kind of think, I'm wondering now, did Uncle Taco mess up? Was he supposed to say TBI? I don't know. Maybe, Robin. I don't happen to think that. I know a lot of people do, though. I know a lot of people do think that Katie did something and she chose Mr. Proudfoot over her son. I don't happen to think that because... No, not that, CJ. Exactly, Cricket. I don't happen to think that only because we literally have no evidence of that. There's, from everything that we know from law enforcement, both Seth and Katie and Chris Proudfoot are being very cooperative. we just don't have any evidence that she did anything. And we don't have any evidence that Christopher Proudfoot did anything, and we have no evidence that Seth did anything. But yeah, cricket, I know. And I kind of was just like, I don't know, I thought that was just a really weird moment. Like that whole thing, that whole event was very weird. And, you know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, and that's totally on brand for me to do. I do too. You know, we know that Sebastian wanted friends, right? I mean, it's something that early on I felt, I'm going to be real. Like, I think it's weird when people online attach themselves to victims and they cry and they, you know, I think it's weird. But I got that finally with this case with Sebastian. I felt connected, and I don't like that feeling. I absolutely do not like that feeling. I like to be very detached. I did see his new video, and here's my thing. Once a creator lies and makes up stuff, I'm never going to respect them. I don't think he's a true crime creator. I think he's a true crime storyteller. And here's the thing. True crime storytellers are not bad. Like, everybody has like a different true crime like thing. Like, my true crime thing are like these details and like sleuthing, I guess, so to speak, right? I don't ever call people or like, you know, I have really bad social anxiety, so I don't like talking to people. You know what I mean? I just don't. But you need those people in true crime. That's just not me. I'm just not that person. Like, at all. So, yeah. I do. Do you guys remember when Seth sent out those cease and desists? You guys remember that, right? He used that family lawyer, Tara Carter. Well, I believe that's when he got the CPS reports, because he was going to go on Pascal's show with those reports. Remember that? And SF Investigates was like, bro, you can't do that. You're going to go to fucking jail if you do that. You can't share CPS reports, right? Now, the show was canceled that night. It didn't happen. So we don't know what would have happened. But if Seth really had those CPS reports from that family lawyer, did he send them to T-Rev, or did Michaela? Hey, Tim. Hey, B. Tim. And that's the thing. We don't know. We just don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. So the Pascal show went on that night. I'll have to fix my timeline, because I think I put in there that they canceled the show that night. But I do remember Pascal stepped away like right after the tribute or whatever at the high school. Yeah, alpha male. That's kind of what I kind of think. That's kind of lazy wolf. Yeah, that's kind of what I think too. But once a creator like makes up stories about stuff, especially about, you know, what he did, I just don't have any respect. And I'm just gonna be real. I don't care. I'm gonna try to get along with all the creators and stuff. Like, that's just how I roll. Honestly, that's just how I roll. I don't get involved in like the drama bullshit. But once you fucking lie on a case, I'm done. I'm done with you. Pascal called out the police report, calling it a criminal investigation. Yeah, I remember that. He did. He acted like he didn't want to be there, right? And then he kind of stopped covering the case for a little while. Here's what I thought, Flower Nana. I thought Pascal stepped away because of the CPS reports. Like I think he got freaked out. Unless Seth never had him to begin with. But I do think he got him from that Tara Carter lawyer. And then exactly, Cricket, he dipped. So, yeah. I don't either, Lazy Wolf. I don't blame him at all. If he has like an entertainment lawyer or something, his lawyer was probably like, bro, no, you cannot do that. And he probably got scared. I would if I was in his position. Absolutely. Because once you have somebody on panel too, you don't know what the hell they're going to say. Right? They could say anything. He was pushed to go, Brandon. Remember, I remember being in his chat and he was like, I don't know if I can go. And people were like, dude, how much money have you made off this case? You owe it to Seth to go. Do you guys remember that? I mean, he was getting super chat after super chat after super chat after super chat. It was wild. Anyway. I think he felt a lot of pressure to go. And then when he got there, he was like, I'm not digging the vibe. Right? This isn't my vibe. I mean, because it's a fucking circus. Let's be real. But yeah. So this was interesting. I just wanted to share it with you guys because I went through it last night and I was tripping out. And maybe for nothing. But this whole area here, adding this Chris Proudfoot lawsuit, that is not Chris Proudfoot. Like, the hell? Let's go back. Let's read that. This is the elite team finding Sebastian. On June 21st, 2011, Proudfoot began working as a sanitation laborer at a logistics distribution facility in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. In this role, Proudfoot was responsible for sweeping the building. I hope you used your special skill set to figure out that, right, Cricket? Pennsylvania, right. Isn't that interesting? And this got added on September 16th, y'all. And Nick the Hat came on board right after the 6-month announcement or the $50,000 announcement at the beginning of September. Same time. Isn't that crazy, you guys? And this is the elite team that we're not supposed to ever talk about. Okay. That's not going to fucking happen. So Proudfoot was responsible for sweeping the building and parking lot, picking up trash inside and outside of the building, and checking product aisles for signs of damage. Warehouse manager Roger, according to Proudfoot, Danner expressed a high opinion of Proudfoot's work performance. In his complaint, Proudfoot alleges that he suffers from adult separation anxiety disorder and a learning disability that adversely affects his reading comprehension skills. Does that sound like Chris Proudfoot to you? Does that sound like Sebastian's stepfather, Chris Proudfoot? Barb, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's sheer fuckery. And here's the thing. I don't know if the Proudfoots have anything to do with this. I don't. But I know that this isn't the right fucking Chris Proudfoot. And, honestly, poor Seth is putting, here's what happened. At night, absolutely contacted Tony Mathis. We're this elite agency, Dog the Bounty Hunter. And that's all they needed to hear was Dog the Bounty Hunter, right? That's all they needed to hear. And I don't blame him. This is going to get them media attention. This is going to get, dog's going to be on the case. The news is going to be following. Dog's going to be, crawling around in the bushes. They're going to find Sebastian. And all we have is misinformation after misinformation after misinformation. This is on the public website to find Sebastian Rogers. And it's just links to Christopher Proudfoot cases that aren't even him. And some arrest fucking report that we don't even have access to. It's crazy. And if I were Seth, I'd be like, what the fuck? This is my kid. What are you doing? Like they act like they're LARPing. They're like live action role playing fucking authorities or people in positions of power. They're LARPers. I do the same thing, but you guys know I say all the time, I am not an investigator. I am not a lawyer. I am not a PI. I am not this. I am none of those things. I'm a data analyst in a freaking casino. I have no authority to do anything. But I can read. It's wild. Yep, exactly, Pineapple. Exactly. It's full on LARPing. I think Seth is desperate. I'm really not bagging on him. He's gonna do anything he can, especially if he hears Dog the Bounty Hunter, right? Like, that's media exposure. That's a lot of eyes on my son's face. That's a lot of like eyes like looking, right? So if I were in his position, I would probably said, hell yeah, I need your help. I do. I'm definitely not bragging on Seth. I don't want anybody to think that. And please don't attack him for this, because this is not him. I might be. But here's the thing. I'd rather be wrong about Seth and Chris and Katie than blame a parent for something they didn't do. Especially somebody who I feel is wanting their son home. That's just me, though. That's just me. Alpha male, I definitely know police corruption is a thing, but I don't think that's happening here. At all. There's so many agencies involved, and there were so many agencies involved in the beginning. I mean, you had Secret Service even looking, the Homeland Security. Like, this would have to be like a massive, like, interdepartmental agency cover-up. And these agencies don't even talk to one another. Like, they don't even communicate. Like, this would have to be a massive cover-up. But I am open. I will say that. I am open. Hi, PsyOps. I'm not one of those people that their mind is so closed I'm not willing to see any other opinion. What I like to do is sit back and take all the data in, right? Take it all in, and then just kind of spit out the garbage. Yeah, I'd rather be wrong than blame somebody, honestly. I mean, oh my God, could you imagine? Oh, I think the police have a lead, you guys. I really do. I think they have a lead. I think that's why we have heard Seth say that he doesn't have the switchback, right? They're holding it for some reason, and I think they found something on it. And listen, I don't have any inside information. I do not, nor will I ever talk to the parents. I have been offered to talk to them. I don't want to. No offense to them. I just don't want to be. I am really naive, and I mean, I'm just being real. I will believe everything they tell me, and so I just don't want. I don't want to get involved in any kind of relationship with either one of them, because I want to be totally unbiased, right? So, oh, for sure, Alpha. Yeah, definitely good old boy. Definitely probably plays a part. And it might here. I'm not convinced of anything. I hope so too, Claire. I think they have a lead. I think that's why we haven't heard from them, and I think that's why the reward is so high. If you guys remember, I did that. I can show you if you want to see. I did that poster comparison. And, Sebastian's is 50K. Elijah, I did this before Elijah was found. Elijah and Sebastian went missing days apart. I think 6 days apart. Elijah went missing on the 20th, and Sebastian went missing on the 26th of February. And Elijah only had a $15,000 reward. But here's the thing. I think they knew. I mean, we all knew who was responsible for Elijah, right? Anybody who followed that case, and I certainly did. I have a spreadsheet on Elijah too. I'll probably start covering that here real soon, especially once trial gets going for those two bastards. But his was only 15, right? This one was the only other one I could find that was 50 grand, and it's super old. Super old. 20. None at all. 5. 25 for 2 of them. I just pulled random flyers. And Sebastian's is by far the highest. And here's the thing. I agree, Flowers. I feel like it has to mean something, but I don't know what it means. Is it just enough to get somebody to talk, do they think? Like maybe somebody who is a neighbor who might know, right? Yeah, I think they're all up to, and I have that they're up to, right there, up to 50,000. Maybe rise above. I see. I happen to think it's so high because it's just enough to get somebody to talk that might know. Maybe they're not involved, but they might know like something, right? They might know just one thing that has been weighing on their mind. Oh, a Liz. Interesting. Tinfoil, I'm going to put that up because that is interesting. Tinfoil hat. Reward needs to be greater than whatever amount that could have been raised. So do you mean like crowdfunding? Like maybe crowdfunding a reward? Haven't heard much from Dog lately, and old Nick has toned way down, so I think maybe they've had a reality. Maybe. Bloviating. I love that word so much, and that's a great word. IMO, I think the reward is so high because whoever is caught will lead to more arrests like a ring. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they think this is bigger, right, than just like a kidnapping or a lone predator. Maybe they think this will lead to more arrests. That's very possible. You know what, Alpha Male, that is such a great point. I don't think it's fair to take anything off the table when we literally don't know anything, right? We don't know anything, you guys. We don't know shit. I mean, we can do 6-hour lives on YouTube every night going over the same freaking interviews, but in reality, we don't know anything, you guys. I don't know. I just hope they find him. But I just wanted to go over these weird website things that I found because I just thought it was weird. I just thought it was weird and I wanted to share it. And I thought other people might want to see it too. Even though it's not exciting, Why is my bot doing that? Robin, I am so sorry. Ignore Nightbot. I'm going to put it in timeout. You can send as many green hearts as you want. I must have it on some like super sensitive settings. I'm so sorry. Yes, Robin, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, I like to keep my lives really short. I mean, listen, there's no reason to have a 4-hour live, right? We have no new information. There's no need for it. But I do like to have short lives that are maybe a little bit meaningful. This really wasn't that meaningful, but like I said, it was new data to me. And I don't think maybe a couple people have seen it, but I don't think a lot of people have. And I just wanted to share it. Dude, my bot is being a jerk. Okay? You know what? I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, God. I'm really sorry. But yeah, I think I'm going to jerkbot 5,000. No shit. It goes right along with the voice changer 3,000. No, Pam. I don't. I mean, I think we all do it amateurly, like an amateur criminal profiler, but not in any real way. No. I have 0 criminal pedigrees. 0. The most you could say that I do or have done is data analysis for financial crimes. So, yeah, that's like but I have 0 criminal experience, none. So yeah. But yeah, there's no need. We have no new news. There's nothing to go over. I hope that we get some news soon, right? Yeah. Oh, have you, Pam? Are you taking like courses, or are you just reading like textbooks, or I had a discussion with a guy that I can't remember the name of school, but he's the head of the criminology department, and he was trying to convince me to go back and get my master's in criminal justice, because I have a bachelor's of science in computer science, or IT actually, not computer science. But I was like, dude, I'm 50. I don't think I can go back to school. Like I'm way too old for this shit. And plus changing careers and everything, like I just can't do it. It's almost unheard of anywhere to find a creator that doesn't have a side chosen. Well, I think there's more of us than are willing to admit. Maybe. For a while, you would just get attacked. Alpha male, like as somebody who doesn't really know anything, there's I have to go by what law enforcement says, and law enforcement says both sets of parents are cooperating fully, and that they didn't suspect any foul play initially, remember? So like, I'm not going to listen to some Yahoo on YouTube, including me, talk shit about the parents and go, oh yeah, they're right. Look at that. That guy's a piece of shit. I just don't roll that way. But you get attacked for that. You absolutely get attacked for that. It's crazy. Not by everybody, but by many, many people. Right. It would be interesting to take some classes, but no, I haven't. I've taken workshops at CrimeCon. Does that count? I gave an OSINT course at CrimeCon, an open source intelligence course. But no, I don't have any professional criminal pedigrees at all. I just like, you know what I find fascinating about true crime is I find it fascinating figuring out how people tick. Like, And I really like the science behind how people get caught doing really bad things. That's what I like. I find that fascinating. Like how people get caught is fascinating to me. No problem, Alpha. Listen, even if you totally disagree with me, you're welcome here. Yeah, maybe, Daniel. Maybe. It is fucking sad. I totally that I will say. When we learned that Sebastian asked for friends for Christmas, I don't know what happened to me, like emotionally, but I can't stop thinking about that. And I don't know if that's a parental issue or not, but it just, dude, he was clearly sad, right? Like, I don't know. Oh, really, Unique? 50, she became a nurse? That's badass, because you have to like lift people up and stuff. And like, that's a hard job. That's not an easy job. Oh. Yeah, no, this is a safe space other than my mouth, right? Yeah, no, this is totally a safe space, you guys. As long as you're not trolling, like I really want people to feel welcome here, and I really want people to feel like they can disagree with me, and it's not because I like conflict. I freaking hate conflict. It's because I learn the most from people I disagree with. If I only surrounded my chat with people who thought like me, it would be so freaking boring. Like, I'd be like, okay, I just ran through everybody. I like to be challenged, right? I love to be challenged. And I think it's fun to also challenge the audience too, the chatters and stuff, right? Like to really engage with them. And why do you think that? Like, tell me why you think, Katie did something. I don't know, whatever. Because when they tell you, it's just, they don't really have it's just a feeling they have. Or they'll say, it's overwhelmingly obvious. Okay, well, what's overwhelmingly obvious about it? And they can never tell you. You know what's weird, Daniel, is I got diagnosed with ASD in 2012. And I know it's a different time though, right? Like my parents, when I was little, I would break the chairs from rocking so hard. Like they just thought I was hyper, right? They just thought I was a bad kid. And so I didn't get tested till I was an adult. And I've kind of wondered about Sebastian, because autism presents differently for everybody, and we're not all the same. We're just not. And we're all beautifully unique, right? Those of us with ASD. And I've often wondered about Sebastian's, and was his kind of like mine, right? Was his kind of like noticeable, but also not? I don't know. But I've often wondered about that. Like, was it not diagnosed earlier because there were no signs? And he didn't start exhibiting signs of it until like puberty time? I don't know. I don't know how it works because I was diagnosed so late in life. And I'm going to be real. I cried when I got diagnosed. I was devastated because had I been given the tools at a younger age that I now have, who knows what I could have done with my life? Who knows how I would have learned about masking and, why I am the way I am and why I do the things I do. And I'm a really bad parroter with my autism. The echolalia is big for me. And had I gotten the tools, and I got like made fun of it at jobs for it before and stuff. And had I known early, I'm gonna start crying because it really upset me when I got diagnosed. But now that I have been, living with it in the knowing for the last 13, 14 years, I'm very happy with who I am in my diagnosis. But at the time I was devastated. So I've often wondered about Sebastian's diagnosis. And again, that parasocial thing, that my weird connection that I feel like I have to him, which is freaking weird, and you shouldn't do that. Hi, cryptid. Oh, okay. So you know what that means. Once Lemon and Yogi start barking, it's time for me to go. It's enough. They've had enough. They want their mommy to go sit with them. So I really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna put a link in the description to this slideshow if you guys want to go look at the links yourself. Or you can just go to sebastian.team.com. That's where everything's at. That's the website that I went over. But I really appreciate you guys stopping by for this very quick live. And I'm going to look into that trail finder, because it does say this Boulder, Colorado address. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. And listen, stay out of the drama on these YouTube streets, y'all. Don't stay out of it. Let's stick to like all the facts in this case, and give Sebastian the attention and with the respect that he deserves. Right? Sebastian deserves respect. And so let's treat him and his case with respect. All right, guys. I hope you have a great night. And thank you so much for stopping by. I really, really do appreciate it. Okay. Yogi's had it. Bye, everybody.